All right, so I finish off with rapid reaction. A lot of topics, a little bit of time. Let's go drink.
Let's roll, baby. The Golden State Warriors have submitted a proposal to state and local officials that would allow their arena to hold games at the Chase Center at 50% capacity. What do you think about this idea, Jay?
Well, I like it, but it's California, so they can go ahead and kiss that goodbye. They'd be lucky to get 10% in that building. After drawing 4 pass interference calls in Sunday's loss to the Dolphins, Cardinals wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins says that those penalty yards should count towards a pass catcher's receiving yards. You agree?
I do, but the only problem, like if I was talking to DeAndre Hopkins about this, I'd be like, listen, I do agree with you. It should to a certain capacity, but every sport has the same thing down the road. It's pretty uniform. If a foul get called, no one get credit for it. It's a foul. Penalty, flag, tech, however you want to look at it in that sport. So I do get where he's coming from. It's just kind of unreasonable at the same time. The Ivy League has become the first conference to cancel winter sports for the 2020 and 2021 season. What do you make of this decision?
We should just cancel the Ivy League. The only thing the Ivy League has is that since they're never going to be first in any athletic competition, I guess they have taken it upon themselves to be the first to cancel anything based on coronavirus. So got major props for that, guys. You're leading in that department. Miami Heat veteran Udonis Haslem has announced he will be returning for his 18th season. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
Well, it's no deal as far as the Heat go. I mean, I guess it's a big deal as far as his resume go because he looked like he's been coaching for the last 5 years. Do you remember the last time you seen Haslem take, like, some minutes that mattered? Like, I think Shane Battier was still on the team. Like, what we talking about here? Like, this dude is out here just, this got to be one of them transition programs. You know what I'm saying? Player to coach transition programs because he ain't played in forever. But, hey, Miami writing the check, so it is what it is. Giants wide receiver Golden Tate reportedly apologized to his team last week after some questionable behavior, which including yelling, "Throw me the ball" into the camera in the week 8 loss to Tampa, and liking a tweet that asked the Giants to cut him. Was that apology necessary?
I guess you could make that argument that it was a necessary thing and a right thing to do. But at the same time, I ain't mad at him. I mean, he's in New York playing football, and no matter what team you're on, it's a tragedy, and it's got to be tough to deal with. I feel for him. The SEC has approved December 19th to be another makeup date for games that have been postponed due to COVID-19. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I wonder what took them so damn long to come up to this decision. Look, here's the deal. When you seen this week starting and games flopping left and right, we should have been already on top of this, boys, but at least you came to your senses and made this happen. So, yeah, it definitely makes sense to me. You got to allow as much flexibility as you can when you're talking about COVID and playing these sports. You got a lot of flexibility. You can't be hard cap on anything because you never know what the next day going to bring. So I'm happy the SEC did that. The Toronto Raptors are planning to use Tampa as their home market if they were able to play in Canada during the upcoming season. Good idea?
Yep. You got to think ahead. Got to be proactive. You never know if it's going to be some lockdown put in place, and travel restrictions may come in play, and we're just not doing any border stuff. So I mean, I like it. I think they should definitely explore it and definitely keep that one in mind if necessary. Tomorrow night at the MGM Grand Las Vegas on ESPN, it's a WBO welterweight championship main event between WBO champ and top 5 pound-for-pound fighter Terrence Crawford versus former IBF welterweight champion Kell Brook. What are you looking for in this fight, Drink?
Listen, I want to see. I know Terrence Crawford been out for a while, so I don't. If he stop him, I think it'll be towards rounds probably 9 through 12, because he's gonna have to get his rhythm. He picked a good fighter to get his rhythm with. Kell Brooks, listen. For all his worth, he's like that name brand, clothing that you wear, but it's the bottom shelf of name brand just good enough. That's Kell Brooks. Listen, as soon as he get hit with 3 punches in a row, he's going to start bleeding. His eye going to start bleeding. His legs are going to get weak. But the only reason I don't really think Terrence Crawford would get him out of there as early is because of the long layoff he had since his last fight. So with that said, yeah, Crawford going to take care of him. I would be very surprised if Brook don't get knocked out, but it won't be early. 49ers GM John Lynch said he still has a lot of belief in quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Are you as confident as Lynch is?
Your mic's muted, man.
Not only am I not all that confident, I don't believe John Lynch is confident. I believe John Lynch is being a tad bit dishonest with us. And I think any confidence he has left in Garoppolo, I think it's going to evaporate very quickly after this New Orleans Saints loss that they're about to take. Last one, also tomorrow evening on ESPN Plus in Las Vegas at the UFC Apex. It's a UFC lightweight main event between the 7th-ranked lightweight contender Paul Felder and the former lightweight champion Rafael Dos Anjos. Who you got, Drink?
First, I want to let it be known, Paul Felder is taking this fight on 5-day notice. He coming out of the commentator booth and going right into the octagon, so that's pretty impressive. Nonetheless, he was supposed to call this fight, and instead of calling the fight, he said, hey, I'll just be in the fight because the opponent for Dos Anjos ended up getting hurt and he pulled out. With that said, Dos Anjos, he's coming off a long layoff. He hasn't fought in a little while, but he's dropping from welterweight back to lightweight, so that's from 170 back to 155, where he used to be the champ. Talent-wise, I want to go with Dos Anjos, but he's been out for so long, it makes me think that Paul Felder might be able to maneuver and outlast him. I do think this fight go to decision. I don't think this is a fight that ends early. So I'm gonna take Dos Anjos in an unanimous decision.
All right, that concludes today's Drink of Wisdom. I'm Cody Ward.
I'm Jay Wise.
And I'm Nathan Drinker. And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.